Mr. President, members of the Council, and I take this opportunity to congratulate you for your presidency of the Security Council for the month of April, and I assure you of our delegation full support and cooperation.
Addressing concerns and reactions at the United Nations Security Council meeting in New York, Ambassador Cecilia Adut Manyok assured member states of the coalition government's dedication to implementing the 2018 Revitalized Peace Agreement, despite ongoing political and humanitarian challenges and limited resources of the country.
We recognize the importance of conditions identified for peaceful and credible elections. The government welcomes the finalization of the election-specific timelines by the National Election Commission and reiterate the determination to hold inclusive and credible elections at the end of the transition period. While challenges remain, particularly in launching civic education and constitutional consultations, we are taking concrete steps to advance the critical milestones with urgency and seriousness. Mr. President, I stand before you today to address the recent development and the ongoing implementation of the Revitalized Peace Agreement and the resolution of the conflict in the Republic of South Sudan. The government of South Sudan has taken note of the concerns raised by the UN Secretary General, the African Union Peace and Security Council, the IGAD, and other regional and international partners regarding the current security and political situation in our country. First, let me reaffirm our unwavering commitment to the full and faithful implementation of the Revitalized Peace Agreement. We are mindful of our duty to safeguard the gains made since the signing of the agreement to ensure that South Sudan remain in the path to peace, unity, and democratic transition.
The Council also listened to the detailed briefing from United Nations Mission in South Sudan Chief Nicholas Haysom, who highlighted the current political tensions, including the unconstitutional activities of the White Army militia in Upper Nile's Nasir and Ulang counties, leading to the arrest of opposition figures, including First Vice President Dr. Riek Machar in connection with inciting violence. Haysom warned that such issues must be addressed urgently to de-escalate tensions that could reverse hard-won peace gains, stressing that the commitment of all parties to the peace agreement remains critical for South Sudan's stability. In response, Ambassador Cecilia appreciated the international community, particularly the African Union and IGAD, for their continued support for peace and stability in the country, raising alarm over the worsening humanitarian crisis driven by natural disasters such as floods and the growing influx of refugees and returnees fleeing conflict in neighboring Sudan.
We recognize the devastation impact of the localized violence and the involvement of armed youth groups, and the government is strengthening its national policing and deploying mobile courts in affected areas to ensure justice and accountability. In partnership with regional and international partners, we are investing in rule of law mechanism and enhancing national reconciliation efforts to address the roots of intercommunal strifes.
The discussions underscored the need for sustained international support for South Sudan's peace process, support that prioritizes the interests of the South Sudanese people rather than external pressures. Ambassador Cecilia also condemned the recent attack on a UN helicopter in Nasir and confirmed that investigations are underway with a strong commitment to holding the attackers accountable. Reporting for SSBC News, Mathiang Joseph.
Investigation to hold those responsible accountable.